Live from downtown Macon, this is WGXA News live on YouTube.
Good evening, Middle Georgia. I'm Amanda Peralta.
I'm Greg Lloyd, and I'm just thinking, I love the way the guy says live from Macon. He really gets your attention on that. Thanks for joining
That's
us.
how he gets my attention.
At 5:30.
Sweltering summer heat continuing to scorch our area.
Oh my goodness, and meteorologist Ryan Mirando is saying today is likely the worst, but we still have one more extremely hot day. Is that correct, Ryan?
You know, Greg, I can't help but wonder if there was a specific one of us who wrote the intro to that.
What does that mean?
Because it's way more dramatic than the rest of us.
You know what? I do like to add some dramaticness to it. It makes the show more fun, maybe, but I don't even need the dramatize because it's so hot outside. Feels like temperatures right now 108 in Fort Valley, widespread triple digits, 105 in Milledgeville, 112 in Forsyth, and 105 in Hawkinsville, 106. So it definitely is very hot today. Tomorrow, we could nearly get up to these levels as well. A live lookout over Macon, though, with our Wilson Bryan Heating and Air Skycast Network. A lot of sunshine out there, but that air temperature is 98 degrees. It has been such a hot day. Storm Tracker YouTube Live double scan showing that we do have some storms that are actually moving past down from North Georgia. I think we will get swiped with a few of these showers for our northern counties. It does have some severe storms. I don't think we'll get any of severe weather for tonight, but hopefully we can get some rain to cool us off. Tomorrow, another scorcher of a day, 76 degrees at 7 o'clock, going for a high of 99 with a few more storms in the afternoon. We have a front that will be moving through, and what that means for the weekend, I'll explain it coming up in your full forecast. Greg, Amanda?
Thank you, Mr. Tynan. All right, Ryan, now's a great time to download the WGXA weather app to keep track of those high temperatures. Just scan the QR code on your screen to download it to your smartphone. Ryan is back shortly with your full forecast.
Bibb investigators are still looking for who pulled the trigger and left a 35-year-old man in critical condition. Deputies say someone shot him just before 8 last night on Lakey Drive. If you have any information, please call deputies or Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. A woman was left injured late last night after reportedly being shoved through a front window of a downtown Macon pet salon.
Today, the owner of that pet salon is seeking answers. Our Brianna Cook spoke with her, and she joins us live from downtown. Brianna?
Greg and Amanda, imagine walking down the sidewalk and then being pushed into a storefront window and leaving a trail of blood up the sidewalk. Now the store owners are left seeking answers.
Broken glass, dried blood, and unanswered questions surround a downtown Macon pet salon. Christy Flowers, the owner of the puppery, says she was woken up with multiple phone calls and knew something was wrong.
We got a call around 1:30ish, actually from our friends at JBA, that someone had broken one of our windows. We didn't know the extent of it or what had happened. So we show up here and there's blood everywhere, glass everywhere. Someone said that they got video of a woman being thrown through the window.
Witnesses say a woman was pushed through the pet salon window, climbed out, then walked to 3rd Street, leaving a trail of blood behind her. Once at 3rd Street, police located her and an ambulance picked her up. Flowers says they want answers and are willing to pay a reward.
So we have no idea who did it. We're offering a reward for any information, and I'm sure the woman who's in the hospital now would like to know who's responsible as well, because as far as I know, she had no idea who the man was either.
The puppery has only been open for a year and serves Middle Georgia pets. Flowers says she was filled with fear when she found out what happened to her salon.
I mean, I was afraid. We are a small business. We did the build out ourselves. We did this from scratch. I saved up a lot of money over a couple of years to be able to open the kind of salon that I wanted downtown. And I really do love downtown. It means a lot to me.
Flowers says the crime in downtown has been increasing and makes businesses lose out on money.
It scares businesses away. It makes people not want to come downtown. And I mean, there's definitely a growing crime problem. I've seen just from the time we've been down here, it's been steadily getting worse in the past few months. And you know, I hate it. It's awful.
She says she understands the police are spread thin, but the greatness of Macon is being hindered.
I understand there's only so much they can do as well. I mean, it's a big problem and there is not going to be one simple fix, but something needs to be done if downtown Macon wants to reach its full potential and be everything that it can be.
The police report says that the victim does not remember who pushed her, and if you have any information, please contact the Bibb County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live in Macon, Brianna Cook, WGXA News.
Thank you, Brianna. A man is facing multiple charges after deputies say he was shoplifting ammunition from Academy Sports on Eisenhower Parkway Wednesday. Bibb County deputies say Tondre Johnson stole and hid ammunition on him, then threatened to shoot the employees. Deputies arrested Johnson and recovered the stolen ammunition along with a gun. He is being charged with robbery and making terroristic threats.
Beware of scam calls impersonating the Bibb County Sheriff's Office. Deputies say some con artists are using a computer program to generate caller IDs for the Sheriff's Office, including deputies and employees' names. The scammer tells the victim there's an outstanding warrant or fine for them or a loved one. They offer to take payment on the phone or in person. Bibb County Sheriff's Office does not take payment over the phone. In fact, they nor any legitimate law enforcement never make such calls. Should you get one, report it to Bibb deputies.
Now, yesterday we asked you in an interactive poll if victims' families should control what information is made public. At last check, 65% of you had answered yes, while 35% said no.
It's a statistic that's got us going to the experts who control the flow of information we give to you. For 2 weeks, our Arena Plunkett has been trying to get a clear answer on this concept. Do families have the right to ask officials to not release the name of an underage victim?
Mom of fatally shot 16-year-old Derek Putman, Takesha Mallory, says yes. 2 months ago, she says she told the Bibb County coroner, Leon Jones, not to release the name of her son, and that request was not honored.
According to attorney Franklin Gaddy, in general, most state agencies would honor the request, but coroners have special afforded liabilities that protect them. Baldwin County Coroner John Gonzalez says it's a practice his team has always honored.
Certainly in Baldwin County, we do not release the names of minors who are deceased. Again, I don't know the specific situation, what happened in Bibb. But we have, in my terms, we have not had a situation where we would have released the name of a minor without consent of the parent. Needed to be, if a name needed to be released to, like you said, to find out for whatever reason, then that would be something that we will do in consultation with each other. But the sheriff here feels the same way I do, I would think.
Now, we do want to point out anyone can look up that information and find the name in an open records request. In the case of 16-year-old Derek Putman, WGXA received the name through a Bibb County Sheriff's Office press release that they send us to keep us informed.
Looking ahead, we'll be working to find out how sensitive information is handled between Bibb County Sheriff's Office and the Coroner's Office, and how surrounding counties operate with special requests from families who aren't willing to share information.
One local community is working to bridge the gap between the police and the community.
All week, Fort Valley leaders held events for kids, and Carlos Stevens went to one of those events and has more on its positive impact.
Guys, 3 different organizations are partnering right here in Fort Valley today, hosting the first ever Boys and Girls Citizenship Academy. It was a day full of learning for some children in Fort Valley. It started with a class teaching them how to dress for success, finances, physical fitness, and
I learned about self-respect.
It helped me tremendously because now I know how to respect myself and others.
The youth learned this through a partnership with Fort Valley Police Department and Big Brothers Big Sisters. The children also learned about table etiquette from Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Inc. Fort Valley Police Chief Anson Evans says young children don't often see how they're supposed to treat each other and their parents, and he's hoping to see these lessons learned carry into their future.
Later on in life, they be able to girlfriends, prom, all those different things. They know how to act and know how to treat each other.
Evans says now is the time to teach the youth to decrease crime.
You see, crime is at its worst.
But Evans believes events like today not only creates a better future, but changes the youth mindset.
If you wait too late, they don't get it. If you start early, they carry it along.
And Jillian Gowan says it'll also allow them to know they can count on officers to serve and protect.
Police officers aren't bad. They're here in our community to help us.
However, Evans says parents must get involved.
They get to go home and teach the parents something. So I'm sure once they go home, the parents ask them, what did you do today? And this right here, well, this is going to show.
Now, the police chief added that they plan to make this an annual event. Reporting in Fort Valley, I'm Carlos Stevens, WGXA News.
Thank you, Carlos. Another major ruling in higher education from the Supreme Court that effectively ended affirmative action in college admissions now has some colleges reviewing other policies. It's caused advocates to go after legacy admissions. Wesleyan University in Connecticut is ending the policy. Legacy admissions give preferential treatment to applicants with family ties to alumni. Critics argue the practice favors white, wealthy applicants. Wesleyan President Michael Roth says legacy status has not played a major role in the school's admission process for years. He says in the wake of the high court ruling, the school felt it was important to formally end it.
And a new face is coming to the administration for the Monroe County School District. Board of Education members voted Tuesday to appoint Lance Rakely as the district's assistant superintendent. Rakely starts Monday after leaving his position as principal of Jones County High School. He's taken over the role from Dr. Jim Finch, who was recently promoted to superintendent. We're taking a look at the numbers of those who could be receiving student debt relief right here in Georgia.
Our Gloria Ruth Finney tells us the latest on how the Biden administration says they're making good on their promises even after the Supreme Court knocked down a plan to forgive billions of dollars of debt.
I mean, that's half of your life that you're worrying about it.
Sarah Lemon says her family members have been paying off their education for years.
It took them well into their 40s, almost 50s to finish paying it off.
Student debt relief. It's a debated topic, and Judy Howard isn't for it.
You just pick and choose your debts. I mean, you choose to go to school or not.
Many Republicans have been pushing against student debt forgiveness. The same people Biden says had no problem with the government forgiving millions of dollars of their own business loans. But even though the Supreme Court has blocked Biden's one-time student debt relief plan, you could see your loans fading.
The administration has plans to cancel $39 billion in federal student loans, but that's for Americans who are enrolled in one of the government's income-driven relief plans, relieving 804,000 borrowers across the nation. It's an attempt to correct past payment plan problems when loans were paused, but interest was still accruing. So what does that mean for the people who took out loans in Georgia? Well, out of the 804,000 that are eligible for relief nationally, 38.5 thousand of them are from our state, accounting for $2.1 million in relief.
That's some of the highest student loan debt relief in the nation after Texas, Florida, and California. The administration has even more plans in the works to help cover the cost of education. It's called the SAVE plan, and they say it should cut payments on undergraduate loans in half compared to other income-driven repayment plans.
The administration says that SAVE plan will become available sometime this summer.
Breaking news now, and just into the newsroom, 2 people are dead after being hit by a train in Wilcox County. In a Facebook post by the Wilcox County Sheriff's Office, they say it happened at a railroad crossing at Highway 159 near Double Run Road. Both occupants were pronounced dead on the scene. The Wilcox County Coroner and Georgia State Patrol are investigating this incident.
Now, what is the role of the federal government in preventing false information from being spread on social media, and to what extent have government officials overstepped by working to get posts they disagreed with taken down or suppressed?
Those questions at the heart of a hearing on Capitol Hill, which once again had Republicans calling a Democrat to testify as their witness. Christine Frizzell reports.
On Capitol Hill, a spotlight on censorship. Republicans making the case it's happening consistently, with social media companies often taking cues from government officials.
Big tech, big government working together, big media working all together to censor American speech.
The author of multiple stories about Hunter Biden's laptop, published in the New York Post in October of 2020, recounting what happened next.
Twitter refused to allow users to share the link to the stories, ban the links from being shared in private messages, a policy, by the way, that's used to clamp down on child porn.
Another topic, posts about COVID-19. Top social media executives recently revealed they were in fact asked to be taken down by those inside the federal government.
Do you swear?
A chief witness, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who's running for president against Joe Biden in the Democratic primary. It's It's the second day in a row Republicans have called a Democrat to testify.
People are saying that I must be more credible because I'm a Democrat who happens to be married to a man.
On Wednesday, it was the lead IRS agent in the Hunter Biden tax probe. Now, RFK Jr. asked to share his experience of what he deems censorship, including when he posted about baseball legend Hank Aaron dying a few weeks after receiving his COVID vaccine.
My Hank Aaron post, it was taken down. First Amendment was not written for easy speech. It was written for the speech that nobody likes you for.
Democrats arguing even the First Amendment has limits.
If MAGA Republicans agree with you, you're given a platform to spread any conspiracy theories, no matter how harmful. And if they disagree with you, you get death threats until you have to go away.
Also warning of the dangers that come from the amplification of disinformation.
This committee has come to embody weaponization itself, misusing congressional oversight to protect Donald Trump and attempt to divert attention.
This hearing, one of many, to question the role of federal government officials in communicating with social media companies. A federal judge recently ruled they should almost never be allowed to do so, a ruling now challenged by the White House. In Washington, I'm Christine Frizzau.
To international headlines, the family of U.S. Army Private Travis King, detained in North Korea after crossing the border, says he's a good guy who made a big mistake. Greg Paulcott has more from London.
Something wrong with him. He ain't thinking clear.
Pyongyang is staying silent, but on Thursday we heard from the family of the U.S. Army soldier being detained in North Korea. 23-year-old Private Travis King ran across the border during a tour on Tuesday, just days after being released from a South Korean prison where he served 2 months for assault. His grandfather says both actions are out of character for King, who joined the Army because he was drawn to service and wanted a better life for himself.
He never acted like that. Travis is a nice guy. He really is. He's one of my best grandkids,
The family is now speculating that King might be sick or possibly suffering from a mental health disorder. And while heightened tensions between Washington and Pyongyang make a fast return unlikely, they're hoping he'll soon get the help he needs.
I know he's in a real bad place, a bad situation, and I'm hoping that they let him come home and he'll be back around his mama or get him some help.
But North Korea isn't giving any details about King's condition or even whether he's in custody. Some are speculating that his border crossing might have been a defection. And now the U.S. Special Envoy for North Korea is in the region, pressing Pyongyang for information and trying to secure King's release.
We're working very hard to ascertain information regarding his well-being and are actively engaging to ensure his safety and return.
The White House says it's now working through the Swedish embassy in North Korea to learn more about King's detention. In London, Greg Paulcott, WGXA News.
Weather warning days continue for this extremely hot week, but a look ahead of the weekend, it's looking much better. Saturday is going to be the more active of the 2 days. We have a cold front that'll be pushing through, but a seasonable 92 degrees. No more feels like temps in the triple digits. Sunday is the better of the 2 days. We still will have a few isolated storms bubbling up in the afternoon, but temperature much better, only a high of 90 degrees. So we have one more day really to get through. Temperatures right now, though, extremely hot. We still have a heat advisory under us right now. Currently 98 in Macon, 96 in Forsyth, and 95 in Cochrane. But these are just the air temperatures. When you factor in the high humidity that we have right now, feels like temps are well into the triple digits. Even this color just looks terrible. It is so hot outside. It feels like 113 in Forsyth, 107 in Warner Robins, 103 in Dublin, and feeling like 105 down in Americus. So it is still definitely a very hot day, and that's why we still have weather warning days issued for the rest of tonight and into tomorrow for the dangerous heat levels. We could even have another advisory issued tomorrow, as feels like temperatures could get near 110 degrees. That could cause some heat exhaustion or stroke. Even some strong storms could be expected. So we do have some strong storms that are moving through portions of North Georgia right now for some damaging winds moving through near Gainesville down towards Atlanta. I think we will get clipped with some of these storms, especially for areas north of Macon. Hopefully we won't have any severe storms for us this night, but we may have a few showers and storms for the rest of our Thursday night. Then tomorrow, one more day of the heat. Feels like temperature going up to around 110 degrees. That cold front pushes through early Saturday morning, and that's going to leave feels like temps well better into the 90s for the weekend. And this particular model is showing it's going to be more active tomorrow afternoon. Areas south of Macon, some storms bubbling up. That front moves through on Saturday morning, which brings some rounds of rain early Saturday. The afternoon is looking drier, but we may even have more pop-up storms by around 4 o'clock on Saturday. That will be more of the active day. Sunday's looking better in terms of the rain chances and that coverage of rain to be much lower. So a great place to be is down on the lake tomorrow. Go out as early as you can. 76 degrees at 7 o'clock. Temperatures will climb quickly into the 90s, and we will have a few of those scattered storms bubbling up by the afternoon. Of course, though, don't forget the sunscreen. So in your 10-day forecast, weather warn day continues for tomorrow for some of that dangering heat, up to 99 degrees for the air temperature, up near 110 for the feels like. We will have a few storms in the afternoon. For the weekend, Saturday is looking more active than Sunday with some scattered storms, especially in the morning. 92 for the high. Sunday also much better with some scattered storms to the south of Macon with a high of 90. Next week, not a lot more of that heat, still more seasonable weather, which is some great news. 93 on Monday, some PM isolated storms. We continue that track with a few pop-ups in the afternoon as temperatures stay steady in the mid-90s. Lastly, here's your Harrison's Body Shop Fish and Game forecast. Peaks near excellent at 5:20 a.m. and in the good category at 5 p.m.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Gary Thigpen, and I'm here again today at the Bibb County Animal Services in Macon Bibb. I'm joined again today with Tracy, and guess who we have today? Peaches. Tell us about Peaches, Tracy.
Peaches is about a 6-month-old Belgian Malinois mix.
Wow.
Which is pretty rare for us to have.
Yes.
And she's super sweet. She's still a puppy, so she's very playful.
Yeah, very energetic, as you can see.
Negative, and just ready to find a good family. She's so good.
And Peaches is about how old?
6 months.
6 months old. And what breed again?
Belgian Malinois.
Now, see, look, if you've been looking for that breed, here she is. Peaches, very young, very playful, would be great with kids. Tracy, if someone would like to adopt Peaches, how would they go about doing that?
So they would just reach out to us at the shelter at 478-621-6774 and speak to Elvin. He's our adoption coordinator, and he'll get them in for a meet and greet, and you'll fall in love with this one.
Yeah, you will. I know your hands are full there. So, all right, let's go ahead and get on the phone today. Let's talk to Elvin, and let's find Peaches a really good home. Thank you so much, Tracy.
Thank you.
Wine lovers and pickle lovers, get ready for this. The first ever pickle flavored sparkling wine cocktail. My goodness, there goes negative Nancy. Clausen Pickles has teamed up with Spritz Society to create a white wine cocktail with the pickle company's signature pickle flavor. This is the first time that Clausen has entered the beverage market in its 150-year history.
Wow.
What started off as an April Fool's prank back in April 2022 turned into reality. Spritz Society was surprised by the positive reaction and demand from fans after its April Fool's prank about a pickle-flavored wine. Local brewery Fall Line Brewery offers a pickle ghost, and we may have to give it a try sometime.
I will not give it a try, but I know Greg would give it a try. He's a big fan of pickles.
I love pickles, man. I would try it, but although I don't usually drink the juice out of the jar, but I do love the dill pickles, and I tend to like the dill more than the sweet dill. You know.
I don't even know the difference.
I don't either. So I actually don't like pickles, but I love wine.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm not a fan of pickles or wine, so just leave me home, I guess.
We'll just leave you at
so
home.
you just won't go to Fall Line with us.
I'll just go home.
We'll try it. We'll
You guys go there and enjoy the heat outside. I'm going to stay in the air conditioning.
We'll wear our sunscreen like you always tell us.
Exactly.
So the wrinkles.
The
I
wrinkles,
can't age.
the sunscreen. We can't
my
age.
goodness.
We can't.
That does it for WGXA News at 5:30.
We invite you to join us at 6 on ABC 16.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.